Yo, what is up, guys? So we finally have some Salaman greats here in action, utilizing some of the newer support cards that they got recently. Now, I do want to say that the deck is still not fully out yet. Like, there's a lot of cards that still technically don't exist for their archetype, but nonetheless, this will give you guys an idea on what the deck can do. You have a lot of potential for one-hit OTKs. There's also a few different ways where you can one-punch your opponent, but the archetype is all about actually utilizing the same monster to use it as material for like itself, essentially. But the archetype is not bad, and you guys are going to see via the new exceed here, we have Mirage. It's a really important card for the archetype. To detach and special summon a Salaman great from your deck. You can only really use fire monsters, but you guys will see it's going to go ahead and activate the Heart, which is during your main phase, you can special summon one Salaman great monster from your hand or graveyard. Then you can send it face up one, and there you go. Gosh, it's really hard to commentate sometimes with a deck being this fast for their combos. But anyways, you send it face up from the field to the graveyard, try to link monster, you control this link summon, using a monster with the same name as its material to special summon it in defense position. But a lot of it is using itself as stepping stones. But anyways, yeah, you're basically able to get a lot of monsters. But the main card that you're going to be seeing a lot of the times is Violet Chimera to get those one punches in. So obviously you guys saw him take like 8,900 points of damage. But anyways, it can gain attack equal to the half of the total original attack of the fusion materials used for its fusion summon until the end of this turn. But if it battles a fusion, you can make the monster have itself double its well, if it battles an opponent's monster whose attack is different than its current attack, you can double this card's attack. But if it battles a fusion, you can actually make that other monster have 0 attack during that damage calculation when it's attacking. You'll see a few more cards here. Let's go ahead and just check it out versus, well, this one's not going to be really showcasing off the new scraps. Although scraps did get a new, of course, Link monster. We're here really to check out the Salaman greats because this is an archetype that I had a few requests in to get some gameplay, but like, dude, I was completely lost on this deck. But that was before they actually got some of the newer support. Obviously, with the newer support, makes the archetype much better. But this card is just being able to special summon one, really good. And then we're gonna go ahead and go into Wolf, and we're gonna go ahead and Ash Blossom the Scrapyard. No search for him. He's gonna go ahead and summon Shark attack into him, but we're gonna go ahead and add a Scrap monster. And this card has the effect though. Where is it? When an effect monster is activated or a spell trap is activated, you just have to destroy it. So basically, it's a really easy way to get rid of the Scrap Shark. But if it's destroyed, you get to actually search out a... you can send one Scrap monster from your deck to the graveyard. And then we're going to go ahead and see him activate that Heat, which is just really a lot of extender combo pieces. We're going to also make the Doolittle Chimera, which just buffs up everything by a small amount. Not the most insane card, but still definitely just a card that you can run. But Helio, definitely a great card indeed for popping those back rows. I'll go over some of the effects more so when we go over the deck profile for you guys here. Then we got the one versus... Okay, we already showed the Cyberse where we're able to like one-punch our opponent. But yeah, I just kind of want to show off what the deck can do. I'm not sure if I would consider it the most of meta decks. A lot of times you'll see this deck, like, it'll get like a pretty decent little advantage. And then the next turn you'll be able to do a lot more with the deck. The whole deck is pretty much just the own archetype. Some decks, you know, you can splash in other things and go for other Link monsters, other, you know, Synchros, Exceeds, or whatever. But this archetype is all about itself. And a lot of times, they're going to be cards where you want to use some of the same monsters. Like this card over here. If this card is Link Summon, you can target one card in your opponent's spell and trap zone and shuffle it into the deck. But during your main phase, if it was Link Summon using Salaman Great Heat Leo, which is itself as material, you target one face-up monster on the field and one monster in the graveyard. The attack of the first target becomes equal to the other targets until the end of this turn. So you can see where that goes with the Violet. So you're going to be able to change their attack, and then you're going to be able to go in. Which, I mean, you could argue that that can be something that's good if you're going second. You might be able to, again, one-punch your opponent, but I would say it is a deck that can OTK, but your opponent has to have had something. I guess maybe if you know, have Regeki, you can Regeki them and make a blank board for you to attempt to go for certain things, but you need to be able to really get that extra bonus of having your opponent's monster have just any amount of attack, especially if they're fusion. You can do a lot of things. Fog Blade is going to go ahead and be there, but Circle, we're going to go ahead and add another Salaman Great. This card's pretty good, though. It also lets you target a Salaman Great Link monster you control that was link summoned using monsters with its same name as material. It's unaffected by other monsters' effects this turn, so that's kind of nice. It has a little bit of utility, but pretty much it's just the searcher. That's just how the archetype is. A lot of things are just all about being special summon. You can reveal it, special summon it. And then we're going to go ahead and once again make the Violet Chimera. He's going to go ahead and just one-shot his opponent. There you go, man. But I would say that's kind of how the Archetype plays. As far as I'm aware of, the Archetype is underdeveloped, so there will be cards to make the deck a little bit more viable, but overall it's kind of more of the same things. I haven't seen really anyone play this deck. It could be one of those decks where it's just too early on. Now we're seeing the guard dragons. I remember when this was really popular for one day and then just completely disappeared. But nonetheless, it's still kind of a cool archetype, mixing in with the Buster Blader archetype. Oh, this guy's making the deck look good. I haven't seen the duel, by the way, but he's going to go ahead and make a Boro Sword. Yo, do that. He's got the Hot Red Dragon Archfiend Abyss. Also, that bust boosted up. He's going to go ahead and negate the effect. When it's normal summon, you can activate top 3. You activated a Salaman Great card, you can add it and shuffle the rest back. We're going to go ahead and go right back into Violet Chimera. Just going to go ahead and boost it up. But we're going to go ahead and see him go into the card once again. And, well, you already know what's about to happen. He's going to GG and just leave the game right then and there. But nonetheless, if any of you guys would like the deck profile for the archetype, I can't really give you guys, honestly, too much advice on this because I played the deck when it was lacking a lot of cards. And I was just like, dude, this deck's confusing. I'm out. But one card that I really like, specifically because of Violet Chimera, it just requires +1 link monster. You'll see some of these are just 2 fire effect monsters, which you don't really have control over. But Super Poly, which I don't believe was showed in the replays, this card has always been really insane. But it lets you discard a card. I'm just going to go over the effect because it's been a while since I've seen anyone even play Super Poly. But anyways, you discard a card and fusion summon 1 fusion monster from your extra deck using monsters from either side of the field as fusion materials. It says cards and effects can't be activated. So basically, you activate this, your opponent doing nothing, alright? Your opponent makes a boss link monster. You use any Salaman Great +1 extra link monster, and you can just go ahead and bust out this card. And then as soon as it's fusion summoned, you can gain attack equal to the total original attack of the materials used for its fusion summon. So if your opponent busts out like a huge monster, that's excellent, man. Excellent stuff indeed. I also wanted to mention Mud. Okay. I wanted to mention this card. This was another card that people were using for material for, of course, Super Poly. And it's just great because it just requires 2 monsters with the same attribute but different types, and your opponent can't target this card or monsters on the field with the same attribute as this card with card effects. And once per turn as a quick effect, you can declare what attribute this card becomes that attribute until the end of this turn. So it has a little bit of utility. This was a card that I saw people taking in, and they would just run Super Poly because it's just 2 monsters with the same attribute but different types. It's kind of a cool card. But yeah, the Super Poly is just excellent with this because you can just, obviously you can attack, Super Poly attack again, basically. Insane stuff. Anyways, onwards with the deck profile. Like I said, I can't honestly give you guys too much advice on the deck. So we have 3 copies of Jaguar, 2 copies of the Salaman Great Fowl, we have 3 copies of Falco, 3 copies of the Gazelle, 3 copies of Spinny, 3 copies of Foxy, 3 copies of Ash Forehead, 3 copies of Salaman Great Mirror, 2 copies of Mole, 1 Raigeki, 3 copies of Fusion of Fire, 1 copy of Cynet Fusions. What the heck? Okay, so you get to fusion summon a Cyber's fusion monster from your extra deck using monsters of Cybers. So I believe there was one. Where's the Cybers card? Where the heck is the Cybers card? What's Cyber's? Oh, it's this counts as. Oh, okay, gotcha. So a Cyber's fusion monster from extra deck using monsters from your hand or field as fusion material. If you control no monsters in the extra monster zone, you can also manage up to 1 Cyber's link monster from your graveyard. Okay, so since you were linking into linking, I'm still trying to like learn this deck, but I figured I'd give you guys a gameplay here, ASAP. But yeah, you're just gonna go ahead and go into this because it happens to be a Cyber's monster. That's cool stuff. And then we have 3 copies of basically search out a Salaman Great. It does have that extra utility, but you're just searching out with it. He is, not he. Oh, it's just Will of the Salaman Great. Okay, it says Salaman Great Heart. I believe it before it was Heat. Is that a spelling mistake? Oh, whatever. Anyways, Will of the Salaman Great is actually what it's called, apparently. During your main phase, you can special summon a Salaman Great from your hand or graveyard, and then you can send it face up to get a link monster that was linked with its same name as its material, special summon it. And then it also says that monster's link rating, it was special summon it in defense position up to the number of that monster's link rating, and it says you can only use one will of the Salamangreat effect once per turn, and only once that turn. We have 2 copies of Sanctuary, so if you link summon a Salamangreat monster, you can use one Salamangreat link monster you control with its same name as the entire material. Then during damage calc, in monster battles, you pay 1,000, target a link monster you control, its attack, make its attack 0, and if you do gain life points equal to its original attack. You can only use each effect once per. Okay, so you can just heal up and then use it as extra material. Okay. And then we have the Rage over here. So I didn't believe we saw this one during the gameplay, but unless you send a Salamangreat monster from your hand or field to the graveyard, target one card on the field, destroy it. Target Salamangreat link monster you control that was link summoned using a monster with its same name, and destroy cards your opponent controls up to that monster's link rating. It's not too bad of a card. As far as the extra deck though, we pretty much saw the majority of the things because you're going to be using them as stepping stones, but we have 2 copies of Violet Chimera, Ross Stiletto, or Stalio. And we have 3 copies of Heat Leo, 1 Phoenix, 3 copies of Wolf. This also happens to be fire because some of the cards restrictions you can only special on fires. And then we got the Doolittle Chimera, and we have 3 copies of Vilinx. So when it's link summoned, add a Salamangreat Sanctuary from your deck, so that's the card that's going to be using it. Kind of a stepping stone, you can heal up. Pretty good stuff indeed. Yeah, that's the Salamangreats, guys. I've been wanting to get gameplay, so thank you so much. Shoutouts to you, Magus, for hooking me up with all of these plays, man. Honestly, dude, I've been wanting to see this deck in action with someone that actually could pilot it. But again, like when I was trying to do it, there was a lot of cards that were missing. But you let me know, guys, what you think of Salamangreats. You guys think they're going to be good? Because I believe it's a starter deck. I mean, what I saw is just like a one-punch at the end of the day. Not sure if I would really like to play the deck myself, but that's what it can definitely do. I like decks that have options, and it just kind of seems a little bit of a linear deck. I think the zombie deck looks a little bit more fun to me, but that's obviously a subjective opinion. But anyways, let me know, guys, what you think of Salamangreats. Do you think they're good? And if you have any suggestions for this build, let me know in the comment section below. Well, hopefully you guys enjoyed the vid. If you did, drop a like on it. And if you guys got any cool replays of anything new, I still think we haven't seen any of the scraps. I might play that, or if someone wants to send in some gameplay footage, feel free to send it into AzneyesReplays@gmail.com. You get a shout out just like my boy Magus over here. But if you're new to the I was about to say stream. If you're new to the channel and you want to see more new Yu-Gi-Oh gameplays in action like the Salamangreat, be sure to hit that subscribe button. You'll be updated, man. Anyways, thanks for watching, guys. Peace out. Have a good one. I'm signing out.